In this video, we are looking at the new meta hybrid, an unstoppable attack strategy in Clash of Clans. There's a couple of variations that I want to teach you. I will showcase one of my Clan War League attacks, one of iTzu's attacks, breaking this down before we have some fun with a live attack at the end of the episode. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel then, guys. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. Today I want to tell you all about the new meta hybrid, using the lightning spells into this attack strategy. I like to bring educational but entertaining Clash of Clans videos, so if that's what you want to see, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to support me in-game, be sure to use code JUDO before making any purchases. It is much appreciated, my friends. Let's break down the new meta hybrid in one of my recent Clan War League attacks, because it was a pretty awesome example. Take a look at the value we can get in the center of the base. I interviewed an expert previously on the channel. I will link that video at the end, but he talked about trying to take the clan castle if possible, because then you don't have to commit a poison to the defending troops. However, in this case, I was able to take both the scatter shots and the clan castle with my lightning and earthquake. Pretty incredible value. If you can take that much, then you absolutely should be doing so. Now, I placed the lightning in between the scatter shots. Remember, you get a tile radius of 3 from the lightning spell, but not diagonally. It's only 2 in the diagonal areas. So I'm able to take all of that out, and you should just do that straight away. If you want to get really clever, you could start part of your attack and then do the lightning if you wanted to save time, but I would just zoom right in, get the exact tile you want to place the lightning in, and get that done straight away. Especially if you're taking the clan castle, you do not want to lure them troops. Now, granted, these scatter shots actually only take 5 lightning with the earthquake, so you can sometimes offset it, but just make sure you don't miss. In this case, getting both scatter shots is amazing, but I do then offset the earthquake to get a little bit of extra damage onto the defenses down the bottom, because that's ultimately where I am going to be charging my queen in from. So you can see the top expo here is relatively damaged. It is going to go down pretty quickly from my archer queen. So what do I do from here? Well, let's take a look at it. The Town Hall is obviously a key building in a Clan War League attack. You cannot miss the 2 stars, but I was going all out for the 3 here, and I was pretty confident I could get it since we could get so much value with the lightning. So I decided to charge my queen into this bottom area, and my main reasoning for that is whenever you are using the lightning spells, and 7 of them with the earthquake, you only really have 1 rage spell, 1 heal for the hybrid, and 1 freeze. The freeze can be used interchangeably. Yes, the rage can be as well, but really you're using that for your queen. And I didn't really want to charge into the 3 single target infernos. So I charged the queen into the bottom away from that. I simply just need to create a funnel, which I do with 1 baby dragon on the left, 1 on the right, and that is enough considering where the queen is standing, that she will just then move into the base. Remember that the queen, being a ranged troop, can actually reach across to some of the buildings, take them out when she is still standing in the same spot, and that means she has created the funnel for herself. So as the queen comes in, I do use the rage spell when she gets in contact with the expos. Obviously, I know this one is going to go straight down, and the funnel is set for her to come down to the right hand side. Now that this is the case, this is where you need to get a little bit clever in terms of deploying your hybrid at the right time. You don't want to wait until the queen has finished everything. You want to make sure to funnel the queen with the hybrid as well. So I start with the king and the siege barracks to come around the outside of the base here early on. So they will take all of that, meaning the hybrid can come in front of the queen and loop around. Look at all of the pathing we have now. It's pretty straightforward. The new meta hybrid is virtually unstoppable if you can get the value with the lightning. So as the queen is coming into the base, don't wait any longer than you need to. The one thing I would say is my P.E.K.K.A gets a little bit caught here. I would have liked the P.E.K.K.A to come on the outside with the king, but it's really not that big of a deal. The barbarian king is there. Place the siege barracks down behind the king so the wizards are protected as well. But at this stage, there's no point in taking huge damage on my queen. Remember, you don't have a lot of spells, so get that hybrid in. We've got the funnel created for the hybrid either side. We know exactly where it is going to go, so do so. It all depends on where you're coming in from. Try and get to the remaining splash early on. And what I mean by that is the Eagle Artillery. Yes, you want to get to the Town Hall relatively early, but get that Eagle Artillery, just make sure you have the pathing. I also made sure to swipe in from the side with the Royal Champion. I'd always recommend that, just to keep your hybrid in the base itself. The last thing you want with a hybrid attack is your miners going to the outside. Now, granted, for this one, I don't know whether you noticed, you can quickly double tap to the left on mobile to rewind, but I pressed my Grand Warden ability maybe a second early. Some of the Hog Riders went down to that Gigabomb, but generally speaking, because you don't have a lot of spells, it's timing the Grand Warden's ability well. And to be honest, my heal was probably used a little bit early as well. However, take a look at the closing part of this attack. It is done. It's overwhelmed. This attack strategy is unstoppable if you can get the value with the lightning spell. So we've seen the zap into Lalo, the zap into dragons. The new lightning spell is incredible. It is the meta. We've seen it into mass Hog Riders. You've probably seen it into the hybrid as well, but I personally really like using it into the hybrid if you can get the value, and I would recommend, to be flexible, the one heal, because you've got your Grand Warden's ability for the hybrid as well, the one rage spell, and the freeze. Now, there are a few different army compositions that you can use for the new meta hybrid, and I wanted to show you this example by iTzu, which he used in the ESL Meisterschaft, the German Clash of Clans Championships. Now, I did cover this attack in my most effective attacks in Clash of Clans video, which we brought you previously, but iTzu only takes 5 lightning spells with the earthquake, and what he tries to get is good pathing for his hogs and miners. Yes, try and get a little bit of damage, obviously, and reduce the damage on his queen. So if we take a quick look at this example, he has taken out a scattershot and 2 expos, so arguably that is pretty good value. And you can notice in his spell composition that he does need a poison since he's not taking out the clan castle. However, for the extra spell, he takes a second freeze. Now, actually, this is really clever by iTzu, because what we will demonstrate to you is the pathing which is used, but also for the Archer Queen here, it reduces a lot of damage. 2 expos would have been firing at that queen, and arguably you would have had to use some spells here to keep her alive. But what it actually does is make sure to carve out this area so that the queen does not target them buildings. And when iTzu opens up the compartment to the left of that, the queen will be drawn over to that area because the expos are gone. The queen will not be targeted into that area. Remember, when funneling your Archer Queen, it's a little bit difficult. You've got to make sure that you're thinking about the buildings on the inside because she is a ranged troop. You guys might actually want to backdate a couple of weeks where I did a very in-depth video on funneling explained. I basically explained every single aspect of funneling. It was a very in-depth video. I would recommend that. I'll put it in the description for you, in fact. Now, what iTzu has done here is basically a number of factors. Let's pause for a second while I explain this to you, and I'll be sure to do a multiplayer attack or something after this to wrap up the video. But he's carved out this entire left-hand side of the base with his queen, and he's also got the king down to the right hand side, which means not only did the lightning spell create pathing for his queen to move up over, he's also now got the hybrid straight into the town hall. The scattershot and the expos down means that the hybrid will just move in this nice path. So yes, he got a couple of buildings in terms of damage, but what iTzu more looks at is setting up his queen charge and also the hybrid. Now, obviously, the lightning spells does offer a huge variety of attack strategies. I did a whole video covering the Zap Lava Loon, and in that scenario, you are trying to take out the core, extend that dead zone, if you will, for the Lava Loon. But in this example, it's so much different when you're incorporating the Queen Charge. So I hope this has given you the two different examples. I do want to get out into multiplayer and probably copy iTzu's example. I've shown that I can use the 7 lightning spell variation, and that's probably still my favorite, but it all depends on you. It depends on the base. Obviously, if this is a war attack you're planning, you can obviously look at the base, analyze what is going to be the better option. But in multiplayer, when you have to pick one or the other, it can be a little bit difficult in order to decide. But in this scenario, look, iTzu has absolutely crushed the base. So much left over, a beautiful example, and there is the troop composition for you, just in case you want to copy iTzu's attack using the 5 lightning spells. Now, I know I wanted to do a multiplayer attack at the end, so let's see if we can mimic iTzu's 5 lightning spell method. For this one, we should be able to get the scatter shot, the expo, and actually get pretty good damage. Oh, I activated the town hall, which I didn't mean to do. We got damage onto the eagle, activated the town hall, but again, I didn't actually mean to do that. So let's get my healers on the queen here. Let's get a baby dragon up top. And let's see about walking the queen down the bottom towards that dead space and actually breaking her in there, whilst then forcing the hybrid in front of that. That will be the plan here, guys. Balloon to help funnel. Let's get a wall breaker in. I'm actually going to... No, I'm actually not going to freeze here because my queen's fine. And you do have to be careful on your spells. So test wall breaker goes okay. Let's get a wizard here to try and cut the funnel, allow my queen in, which it should. Let's get a test balloon, because with that air defense, I am feeling like there could be... oh, what are the odds? Did any of you guys see that? There was a black bomb in the area, and the balloon didn't get it. Oh, there's 2. There was 2. Okay, let's go with the king and the siege barracks with the royal champion, actually, over that area. And my queen, I'm keeping an eye on. Get one more wall breaker in, but they're going the wrong way. I want the hybrid to come through the middle of this. Let's use the royal champion's ability early. Then let's go with the hybrid coming in. I haven't got a great funnel set up here, actually, but let's just see what happens. King's ability. Queen has her ability coming through. Still got the rage, actually. We're doing okay here. Where's my Grand Warden, though? I'm actually going to freeze this area as well, because my Grand Warden is a little bit late. Let's use that, and we can actually rage here as well. This is looking pretty good, guys. As the hogs and miners come through, I'm going to heal for the back end. Granted, it wasn't a maxed out base, but I think that was relatively good. And I feel bad about them coconut loons, or the healers, should we say, because... well, I kind of figured there was black bombs in that area and it didn't work out. So the 5 lightning spell method worked well against this base. I mean, you can kind of choose. I still think I'm leaning towards the 7 lightning spells in the clan castle, but whatever you feel. I do see what iTzu tries to do. Like I said, he actually explained it on his YouTube channel in terms of cracking the pathing for the queen and the hybrid, and just look at how much we have left over here. Pretty overwhelming. It is a beautiful attack. Any of you hybrid fans will certainly enjoy and like to perform the new lightning spell variation of it, so I would highly recommend giving it a try. But if you do want to know when we interviewed the expert about the lightning spells, that was in relation to the lava loon. I'm going to link that video right here for you. I think you will find that one very interesting. 5 key tips about the lightning zap into lava loon. And I've also got the subscribe button here because we bring educational and entertaining Clash of Clans videos, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.